Good morning. Welcome to Amby Marie Knits, episode 86. My name is Amber. Of course, you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Amby Marie Knits. Today is January 10th, 2025. How's your beginning of January been? Mine's been okay. Not anything too exciting. Snow. We got snow. I'll put a picture. Just some dead plants in my little outside front area, but I haven't measured for a few hours and it's finally stopped. I think we got about 6 inches of snow. Very excited. I'm planning on making a snowman later this afternoon. We'll see if that actually happens, but fingers crossed I can make it outside. So, what have we been up to this week? A lot. New things. Things I probably shouldn't be doing, but I did anyways. So, first thing we need to do though is a giveaway winner. So thank you everybody who commented to my year in review. Really do appreciate you watching and taking the time to comment. So what we're going to do is I am going to do the comment picker thing, which I forgot to actually prep this with the link and everything before I started recording. Sorry, and apologize for the hair. It's a snow day. It can look like what it wants to look at. While I'm loading this to get to the right spot, what am I wearing? I am wearing my Miss Serena tee by Caitlin Hunter. Fun pattern. Different because you've got cables here. You can't really see them, but you got cables, colorwork, lace. This is yarn that was dyed by me. I used, for my size, I managed to get by with 2 skeins of the main, 1 skein of this. I admit I would like the body a little bit longer, but we're working with what we got. Okay, finally got to where we needed to be. So I'm going to go ahead and record this so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so that's recording now. Let's pick a winner. Yay, the winner is Evan Knits Things. Please send me a Instagram message or email me at ambymarieknits@gmail.com. and I will get your address from you so I can send you a prize. I do want to note, we had 38 entries into this, so actually I'm going to stop that recording. We're going to do it again. So we have 2 winners on here, just because I think that will be fun. So let me go ahead and get back to the comment picker. Okay, come on, load. Is it gonna, oh, there we go. Sorry, there's an ad on there. Okay, let's do the thing. Get comments. Gonna record for the second one. Recording, there we go. Start. Sorry, I keep staring at my phone. And the second winter is Winterfrost8204. Again, email me at ambymarieknits@gmail.com. Let me stop that recording. Or message me on Instagram. As either one will work, although Instagram I'm going to get sooner. As far as mailing out prizes, if you can get back to me before next Friday, that would be ideal. Because I'm off on Fridays and that's the day I can go to post office and mail you a surprise. You will get at least 1 skein of fingering weight yarn in the color you said you liked. Should I have read the comments? Yes, I should have. I don't do giveaways very often. So Winterfrost8204's comment says, "Hello Amber, I like lots of colors, but greens, especially neon, lime, light greens, I really favor the most." And then there's lots of cool stuff about when she found me and stuff, which is cool. And we're not going to watch that. Okay, and then Evan said, and I'm just going to go back to the video I recorded because I should have read theirs. I love that you made so many chickens. That is amazing. My favorite color is chartreuse neon green. Oh, I've got 2 greens. Huh. I can find something. Y'all have seen this stash. I have more stuff over there. This could be something that I dyed myself, so maybe yarn dyed by me. Being greens, it probably won't be Kool-Aid dyed. I have some of that stuff too, though. But yeah, you'll get at least 1 skein of fingering at yarn. Could be more. We will see. So again, thank you everybody who watched my year in review. Thank you everybody who commented. I really do appreciate it. Really thankful to be able to do a giveaway like this. So I spent way too much time on that. I do apologize, but like trying to figure out how to record this stuff because I want to show you what I'm doing. Bear with me on the editing on that as well. It'll be fine. Now, we're going to go ahead and jump into the actual knitting things. If you're going to stick with me even after you won, thank you. Do appreciate you for that. So, what have I made this week? A lot. We're going to start with the first FO that I do not have with me, the only FO I don't have with me. I did finish the Plumped Up Harlow by Andrea Mowry. That was a brioche pattern that I did use the, I think it's Juniper Sky, the merino, big merino wool. That was that dark magenta pink color. And then I used Storyteller Stitchery, colorway Dragon Rider, merino fiber that I spun, and I did that. So picture here of it. I finished that at the yarn store Saturday, and of course immediately gave it to Virginia, since the whole reason was to make it for her for a sample. More on sample stuff here in a bit. But I got that done. The next thing that I got done is, I did show you this last week, but I finished the mosaic bookmark, ancient mosaic bookmark by, name's right there. So this was a quick little pattern to prevent me from getting the new woolen pine. Cannot think of the name of the pattern at all, but the new woolen pine mosaic shawl wrap. Not because of the mosaic itself, but because I don't have quite the right yarn for it. Like I don't have enough solids. I think that would work. And I won't wear it. I don't wear my bluegrass shawl, which is the same shape. And I love the brioche, but it's just not something I wear. So I want to make things that I'm not going to wear. But I made this, so it's a cute little bookmark. It'll be gifted, but it's still really fun, and I enjoyed making it. So I got that done. This month, as you know, I'm on a quest to make hats. Speaking of quests, there is a new make-along going called Stitch Quest, and I knew that, and I'm sorry that took so long. It is called Stitch Quest. It is put on by Amy of Happy Little Yarn and Andrea of the Cat Lady, C-A-T-T, Craft All the Things. They have a Ravelry group. I am terrible at make-alongs. I wish I was better. I want to be included. I want to do the fun things. My brain does not allow me to. It's too much. It's overwhelming. I get really, really overwhelmed when I do stuff like that. Like I've tried doing stuff, and I just end up not entering things, not doing it. Like entering one item every once in a while on a thing I can do, but more than that, I'm not good at. But other people are good at it. Other people do like it, and this is really amazing. It's a fantasy quest for the perfect skein of yarn, and I will put a link to the Ravelry page down below, so that way if you are interested in joining this make-along, it is for knitters and crocheters, and it is year-long. I think they do stuff quarterly. I will link the Ravelry page down below, so that way you can go check it out and see if that's your jam, because it looks pretty awesome. It's just very overwhelming for me to think about at the moment, but that's because I got lots of other stuff going on. So, speaking of quests, I am making hats for work. We have a winter clothing drive every year, and I decided I was going to use up all the random hats I just made to make that I have laying around the house. And then I'm like, well, I can make more hats. So I did. So this week I finished this one. This is some random yarn. I think it's Lowlander yarns, and it is finger weight held double. Pattern is, speaking of Amy of Happy Little Yarn, the Enchanted Evening Cap. It is a double brimmed hat, and look how this pooled. So we have a dark patch, we have a light patch, and then we have the dark and the light together. And then the crown kind of did some micro striping. It's a pretty cool hat. Got that one done. Then the next step, this is, I think, some DK Swish. Yeah, Swish DK from Knit Picks that I dyed. It's pretty green. This is a photographer hat by, name there. I think it looks like a giant golf club cover like this. But then you can roll it up. You can wear it slouchy. Of course, it's going to stretch on your head. Pretty cool. So I got 2 hats done. So that's 4 finished objects this week. Some of it was like mostly done last week, I think. But still proud. I got all that done this week, and I've done a lot of other cool stuff. So we are going to move on to whips now. Sorry, I'm trying to hold my little notebook open that I have with my notes that nobody's going to be able to read because I can't even read them. But it's a brand new notebook, so it's not wanting to stay open. So that's what my knee's for. So Whips, we're gonna do the small ones first. First one we're gonna show, bag from Gingersnapfibers. I cast on another photographer hat. Okay. This yarn is Hobby Lobby. It's back from when I first started dyeing. It is their, wait, I have a skein of it. Hold on. Do I? Am I? Aha, I do. Okay, I don't get this anymore because I try not to go to Hobby Lobby. But Must Be Merino Aran. So it is a, where is there? It's 50% merino, 25% acrylic, and 25% nylon. So it will take the dye if you're learning to dye yarn or wanting to start out and buy something cheaper. So that's what this is. I think I dyed that with acid dyes. I'm pretty sure I could not have gotten those colors. It's either acid dyes or tie-dye. Not sure which. But I've got this much done on a photographer hat. I think I've only got like half an inch or so before I start the plain. It's a great pattern. It's free, by the way. And you essentially just knit 6 inches of ribbing, 4 inches of stockinette, and then decreases. Also, the Enchanted Evening Cap is also a free pattern. And that one's fun because there is no purling. You just use straight stockinette and just join the brim and keep going. Pretty fun. So yeah, I should have this done next week, I'm sure. That one's going pretty good. The other smaller projects I've barely started. I'm planning on working this because I like having a sample to work on when I'm at the yarn store. We have 6 inches of snow. Am I going to work to the yarn store tomorrow? I don't know. I will find that out later this evening. But I have quite a bit, and it's a messy skein, messy ball. But I have a lot left of what I spun. So I am going to make another pair of the Happy Mitts by, name right there. I've gotten this far. Just a little bit. I'm hoping that's not too big. It might be. I might actually have to start that over for like the 4th time. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to make a pair of fingerless mitts out of these for Virginia because her hands need to be warm. I have the hand spun and samples are fun. So that's a little stuff. Speaking of samples, the next one we are going to show is the Spellbound Doodle Sweater. It's the Holiday Doodle Sweater by Jamie Lomax of Pacific Knit Co. using the Spellbound charts is what we're doing. This is a sample for Fangirl Fibers. All of the colors are, all the yarn is Fangirl Fibers. And, okay, the back's just easier to show because it's bigger. First 2 charts are done. I did block it after the second chart because I wanted to make sure my color work would flatten out, and it did. I have started the 3rd chart, but not very far into it. But that's okay. I have 7 charts total that I'm doing. So, it's going okay. The black, I think it's called Master Gracie. I don't know the other color names. I am working on this. My goal today, actually, is to finish the 3rd chart, which I'm like halfway through, so it's fine. It's just, I got really super distracted by my next project. So, this, beautiful, fun. I do have some duplicate stitching that I need to do, I think, over these ones right here. Also, if you are going to make one of these, and, okay, it's a paid for pattern, but the charts on there, it's either, with yoke increases, it's either 12 stitch repeats or 24 stitch repeats. I do want to note, if you are doing a chart like I am, where it is a 24 stitch repeat, but the pattern calls for a 12 stitch repeat. I don't remember if I said this last week or not, but it worked great. Knotty Knittress gave me a great idea. You just don't do the full repeat. So, hold on, where is the end? So, if you look at this, the end, okay, there's the end. That right there. So the full chart is here to here. I picked the best 12 stitches I could out of that, which was this middle thing. And I just did that repeat for the end, for the last 12 stitches. And it works. Like, no one's going to know. No one's going to know that that isn't quite what the pattern is. So, just a heads up, if you make this pattern and you're trying to make charts work, that is a great way to make it happen. So, that's a sample. Next up, hold on. Okay, y'all. You ready for my last whip? I mean, my last knitting whip. I have spinning stuff I'm going to show too. So, One of my goals for last year was to steek something. I did not do that. I have officially steeked something this year, although it was just a little teeny tiny test piece because I randomly decided we were going to do this. So here's the little test piece. This was just 2 strands of DK held together. I would have made a mug cozy if I'd thought about it. Not a mug cozy, like a cup cozy, because Pacific & Co's got a few patterns. I've got some of those, and so I could do a chart. But essentially, I did ribbing, knit plain, and then ribbing. The ribbing was done flat, and then when I got to the end, I cut it. Okay, so first I crocheted up the edge. I might put a video on the end of me doing that, just so that way I can prove I did it. Is it perfect? No. I missed some stitches down here on the crocheting, so those are just loose stitches. Hair doesn't matter on this, but I did it. I steeked a thing because I cast on a sweater. I've already split for sleeves on this thing because I'm addicted to it. So it's so much fun. Like, I have other stuff I need to make. I just want to work on this to the point where my body protests slightly. So I am making the DK weight flax by Tin Can Knits, but I am modifying it for steeking. I looked at a couple different patterns. I'm actually kind of basing this off of a little bit the Clayuk. Just picture, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. It's another Tin Can Knits pattern. It is a bottom up Fair Isle cardigan or stranded colorwork cardigan. I'm doing some stuff off of that and some other patterns I've looked at to kind of guess on this. And the yarn I am using, big picture of the yarn here, is Fangirl Fibers. I am using the main color of black of Master Gracie. And then I am using most, not all, but most of the colors from my whimsical goth countdown I had last month. You guys ready? You may have already seen it on Instagram. Look at it. Look at this. Look how good this is. So I am 10 colors in. So about halfway done with the colors. I prefer, I wish I hadn't done it this way, but generally I prefer to pick up my neckline after. Or at least after on, so just I can like tighten it up and stuff. So I still need to pick up the neckline. I am doing the mostly to pattern, except for I added 10 stitches. So you can kind of see those purls. So including there's 2 purls and then there's 8 stitches in between. That is where the steek is going to go. So I am going to essentially, somewhere over here, I'm going to crochet to make sure they don't fall apart. And then I'm going to cut it. I think I'm going to crochet it, pick up for a button band, and then cut it. That's the proper way to do it. But I started this Monday, I think. See, Monday, yes. And I have managed to average 2 colors a day. So this morning I did this green stripe in here. I'm vaguely going in rainbow order, but like there's lots of different colors as you can see, because we started with some pinks. These are pinky, I swear, and then we're getting more like browny orange. We've got greens. I think I've got a blue or 2. And then I'm going to go into purples and then like burgundies. And if I still need more colors, I've got some grays I can use at the bottom. I love it. It's so, I love how it feels. I'm scared and excited to do this because I'm going to cut my knitting on purpose. But this wasn't bad. Like, where I crocheted it, it's solid. Like, I'm sure I could sit there and work it out if I had to. But then to just tack it down, I wanted more than this. This was only like 1 stitch there. I'm going to have more on here to be able to actually tack it down. But I'm sorry. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm excited enough I talked about it way longer than I normally do. But like the colors are great. And this is going to be mine. And if this works, I have more ideas. Because let me tell you, this is going by so fast. Stripes. I'm doing 3 of the contrast, 5 of the black. I was kind of worried at first because I was kind of guessing, like, am I going to have enough for the sleeves? But I did the math to see how much it took. So 100 stitches is about 1 gram. And I did weigh the black because did you know that the more dye in the yarn, the heavier the yarn's going to weigh? So, like, the black is going to be heavier than the white. That's just what it's going to be. I guess, yeah. whatever. That's what I did. I waited. I did 100 stitches, figured out it's about a gram, did the math. I have like, let's see, after I did this green section right here, no, this blue section down here, I weighed it and I've got like 15 grams left. That's more than enough to do the sleeves. So we'll see how far I've gotten by next Friday. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm trying to post pictures every so often, so you can keep updated there if you follow me. So that's that. That is all of my knitting whip. Sorry, my leg just fell asleep, but that's fine. I don't need it right now. That is all my knitting whips. I do have some spinning that's been going on. Oh man, I have spinning acquisitions. Hold on. I'll show you the acquisitions in a moment. Let's show you what I spent this week. So it's kind of entertaining. The Hedgehog Fibers bat that was gifted to me. Bat, braid. I don't know what you call it. It was roping. Comb top. One of those words applies towards that cotton candy pink stuff. Half of it's done. Kind of a little bit blown out. Very happy with it. Looks so good. So half of it's done. I've started the second half. Not got very far on it because I got distracted. So I got this done. And after I finished it, I've been wanting to play around with being a little bit more adventurous on my spinning. Like, I know you can take something you spun and a commercial yarn and apply them together. So I wanted to try that. So that's what this is right here. It looks awful. So this part of it I'd spun up. I'd gotten some fiber from the yarn store. I don't know what it was. It was not Storyteller Stitchery, I know that. But it was just wool, is I think all it said. And I had used the blending board I have and made Rolex. And I spent some, about this much. Not my favorite thing, but I think it's, I don't know. I need to try spinning from Rolex that a professional made as opposed to me, or get better at making them, one of the two. Beside the point. So I had some of that. I'm like, well, I'm going to grab some random yarn. That was this orange, which I think was Cascade Heritage, but I'm not going to swear to it. And I'm going to go ahead and play with that and see what happens. You know what happens when you don't check your twists? That happens. It's bad. Like, I can't really pull it off. Well, I can pull it off of there a little bit. You can kind of see how that just like, there's no, you can see that. There we go. It's bad. So I'm pretty sure I spin my stuff Z, ply S. I am fairly certain that the orange was plied Z. It was just coming undone as I was spinning it. It was just like, sorry, I kicked the tripod. It was just coming undone as I was spinning it. So I did very little because at first I'm like, okay, it's working. And then I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. So that didn't work. But how else do you learn things? You try them. This was stuff that was not important, although I'm sure I'll come up with something for the rest of it. I just wanted to see what would happen, and I will mess with it again. This time, making sure I'm using stuff that's plied in the same direction or spun in the same direction so I can ply it in the same direction. Still not great with the spinning, but I'm getting there. So did that. Then, of course, I still have the rest of the bobbin of this yarn. So I did a chain ply. It's not great. It's okay. I will probably get this on the Nitty Knotty so I can wash it at some point. I'm not in a hurry. I was just playing or procrastinating probably, but then I did start the second half of my bag. So that's the spinning that I've done this week. Then acquisitions, social spinning related. No actual yarn this week. Go me. That'll be changing soon. That's okay. So I got this. It is a pound of fiber. I don't know what it is. They didn't know what it was. They bought it. One of the girls at the yarn store. We did a, I didn't know that was happening, mind you, but it worked out. Saturday we did a swap where everybody just brought in their yarn they didn't want and dug through everybody's stuff. It was pretty fun. It was really cool to see what everybody had, what everybody else wanted. So it was definitely really neat. I had brought in a few skeins for a completely different reason because I had no clue they were doing it. And one of the girls there had already told me that she'd had this and I'd completely forgotten about it. I weighed it. It's a pound. Like, it's still braid. There we go. It's soft. Like, it doesn't feel too toothy. It's not merino soft, I don't think. And I don't know my fibers good enough to tell you what it is. It doesn't matter. At some point, I'm going to tear this into smaller bits, and I'm going to dye it some pretty colors, and I will spin it. I did the math the other day. A pound of fiber is approximately 450 grams. That's not exact, but I'm going to call it good. So this is like 4.5 skeins of yarn. I can make something with that. Actually, I need to pull out the pound of fiber I got for Christmas and feel it next to this, because I almost wonder if they're the same fiber. They might not be, but they could be. And I might feel them. If they feel close enough to the same, that gives me the equivalent of 9 skeins. So depending on what weight I can spin them, I can make something decent with that. So, I don't know. It's fun. I'm excited. But I'm currently going to finish this one and apply it, and then I do have more. I think I just got a shipping notice today on it. Hedgehog Fibers had a sale, so I'm getting 2 more bat braids, fluffy things from them in a Lucky Dip colorway, but it is like gray and rainbows. So honestly, my theoretical goal is to spin those 2 as close to the same as this one, and then that gives me 3 skeins for a project. I think this is going to end up DK. Fingers crossed it ends up DK. That's my goal. But we'll see what happens. So, let's look at my list to see if I missed everything. Sorry, long episode, but we had a lot going on this one. We did finished objects. We talked about the snow. We picked winners. We did whips. We talked about my spinning. We talked about the fibers. Yarn out. So, we all had different ways of tracking our yarn. I track mine by once it's wound, it is no longer in my stash. Yes, I know it's still there, especially if I don't use it. But it doesn't count. I only count the actual skeins. With that being said, as of this moment this month, oh, where's my other book? I'm at 15 skeins. Let me make sure I mapped that correctly. Hold on a second. Starting the Doodle sweater, I had to wind 7 skeins for that, because that's how many colors are in it. So that was 7. I've given away 3 skeins so far this month. I'm getting ready to give away some more. Yay. And then I wound up some for the hats, because I wound a skein for this. There's another skein I wound up, but it's not going to work. I'm going to give that away. I wound up this skein. Then I had to wind up a couple skeins for this. I'm not counting the minis on this adventure. I mean, I've used a lot of minis already, but we're not going to count that right now. But yeah, so yarn in. I've only got that 1 skein in, and then, mind you, that's a pound of fiber, but just a little bit of fiber in so far. My out is definitely better than my in at this moment, but we'll see how that goes. I still haven't figured out how to count this, so they may be out, but this is a skein now, or will be. This one will be a little mini skein. Like, I don't know. This, I'm obviously not going to use this part. I will save it though. I've been saving all my like ends and whatnot, like when you're winding your yarn, the little ones that go around the yarn. I've been saving all of that. In theory, I'm going to card that and spin it, because why not? Eventually, I'm not that bored yet, but maybe I'll get there. Okay, books and life. Books and life is what we're going. Life, we got snow. So excited. So Sunday and Monday, we had a storm. It was ice and then a little bit of snow. I stayed home, worked from home Sunday, Monday, because I wasn't chancing it with the roads and stuff, because snow is okay. I'm probably not leaving the house today because 6 inches of snow is a lot. But it is what it is. It was fine, and it gave me more time to cast on new things. So that was cool. So that happened, and then work was work, and then now we have more snow. I'm excited. Snowman. It's supposed to be a good snowman. I know my sister and her kids are going sledding today because they had the hill in their backyard. I'm happy for them. I can't drive over there, else I'd go with them. Books. Books are weird. Books are very weird right now. I cannot seem to focus on anything, and the stuff I actually think I want to read, which is like comfort reading I've read before, I don't have access to at the moment. So that's been a little bit frustrating. So I have So I was reading The Vampire and the Case of the Perilous Poltergeist. I'm like half done with it. Maybe I'll finish it, maybe I won't. I was working on the Chronicles of Nick, or the series after the Chronicles of Nick by Sherilyn Kenyon. Not touched that in a couple weeks. I did start Kim Harrison's Demon's Bluff. That is part of the Harlow series, which is a great series if you have not read it for urban fantasy. It's amazing. I started reading it, and it's okay, but it's not what I want. It is a book I never read before, but it's a series that there's quite a few books, like 10 or 15 or 20 or something, and I've read them, so I'm like, well, maybe. No. This morning, I decided to kind of do a completely different style for some Christine... words are so hard. I've talked a lot this episode, and I hope y'all are okay with that. I'm almost done. I did start reading Judgment Road by Christine Feehan. It's a... I don't think that's a paranormal romance, but it is a romance. Most of her stuff is paranormal romance. They're easy. She's a familiar author to me. That's actually the author that got me into paranormal romance way back in the day. So it's pretty decent. And then the other one I have not started yet, but I did download to read. My friend Tamara told me. It's called Tie Me Not. It's the Ghost Cupid #1 by Allie Brahms. My Goodreads is linked below. If you want to see any of these, go click on it. Also linked below is places to find me, like Instagram, Ravelry. I am on Ko-Fi. If you are ever able to donate, please do so, because it does help me with shipping when I'm doing the prices and stuff. Not necessary, not required, but kind of cool when you do. I also have all the Ravelry pages down below. If you cannot use Ravelry, let me know. I will figure out a way to get you the information, because I'm not quite sure how, but I know not everybody can use Ravelry, and I want to be respectful of that. So, this is a long episode. I have not, of course, edited it yet, but I have a feeling I hit 30 minutes. Sorry. I know everybody likes my episodes being shorter, but hey, you got more of me. So, I am going to hop off here, and I got fiber in my mouth because fuzzy. I'm going to hop off here, and I'm going to go pick out some prize yarn and get that all together. And don't forget, please message me if you can get me your information before Friday, the 24th. I'll be able to get in the mail then. If you wait longer, then it may not be till the next Friday. We'll see. It depends on when I can make it to the post office. So, with that being said, I hope everybody's safe, everybody's warm. If you got snow, I hope you are enjoying it. If you got snow and don't enjoy it, I hope it's gone fast for you. Have a great week. I will see y'all next time.